Like, never like, never like, never like.
Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's morning for me. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And don't forget, everybody, if you enjoy my content, give me that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so it lets you know when I upload new videos. Thank you for being back here with me, guys. Today's video's really about moving into a new year, and I have done a little bit of soul searching again. I've tried to get myself back to basics. What's really important? What is it about for me this year? We're going into 2024, and I love having a little reset. I find that having a bit of time off and just the feeling of a new year ahead always gets me to reassess, basically. So I'm going through that process. I have gone through that process, and it's made me really look at what's important. So going into next year for me, I have found myself not being as authentic as I'd like. And nothing wrong or right with that. So I'm not telling you what to do or anybody in the world what to do. But for me, I've started to try and be something I'm not, to a certain extent, throughout this last year. Now, there are things, so here's how I look at it. Sometimes you've got to pretend to be something to become it until you become it. So you've got to kind of like fake it till you make it, sort of thing. And so I've been mindful of doing that because I wanted to grow, I wanted to progress, I wanted to get good at things and embody something that perhaps was scary at the beginning of the year and whatnot. The thing that has also happened is I have faked it a little bit too well, and maybe have started to not be as real with myself about what's really important to me and who I truly am, and being authentic in that journey. I think it's really easy to put on a mask, let's say, whether it's to be successful in your business or to attract something or to, play these little games in life that we know you have to play the game a little bit in a lot of things in life. And I'm a real believer in that you have to do that. Absolutely. You have to go for things, and you have to believe that you can do it, even if it may feel a little bit like lying to yourself. There's no other way. You've got to go for it. However, the one thing that's made me realize as well, this process of kind of like stripping it all down, is that I have put aside the parts of me where I know I thrive. There are parts of me that are amazing parts of me, but I have put them on the side because perhaps they wouldn't be as well accepted by society, by other people. Perhaps I feel a little bit too vulnerable exposing those parts to me, and I feel like I have done it quite a lot this year where I have suppressed that part of me. So going in 2024, I wanted to remind myself of who I truly am and the parts of me that it's okay to also incorporate in my life. And for me, one of those things has actually been my passion and belief in manifesting and in making things come true in our lives. And I am a huge manifester, but I often talk to one of my friends, and it's really weird because we'll have these very intense, very in-depth conversation about manifesting, about the universe, all those sort of things. And I get so much joy and so much, it's like being the freest I've ever felt. And we have these conversations and I love it, love it, love it. But then we always end our meetings by saying, we could never speak to other people because they wouldn't understand this stuff. So it's like we have this strange little affair when it comes to manifesting and talking spiritual and talking universe things. And it got me to thinking that, I am so aware that that's where I'm so, so happy. And there are a few people in my life who I could sit and have a true conversation like that and express just how much I love you know, manifesting, affirmations, how to believe and how to affirm things and how to trust the universe and all that sort of thing. So I have decided that I want to embrace that on my channel as much as possible. Again, I'm not going to do like a major overhaul or anything, but I want my channel to be more authentic. And I'm going through a process, you see, because I discover things about myself all the time, and I am getting more real with myself all the time, and I am accepting myself so much more all the time. And I don't think that you fully ever just know it all. Like, you just can't. You're always growing, you're always developing as a human, as a person. So, you know, I don't expect myself to be perfect, but I am on a mission to really accept myself a lot more and just be myself a lot more and give no F's about it. So that's why I want to bring a little bit more of that to my channel, because I feel like I maybe hint at it, but I'm not being fully upfront with it. And so going forward, I want to talk more manifesting. I want to be a little bit more woo-woo, if that's what people call it, but I'm just gonna let myself be myself a lot more than I have. And I don't know if anybody can relate to this. I just feel like I step outside and, you know, I've got a career in sales, and you know, it's a very serious, I mean, it's the dental industry as well. It's very serious and sort of certain type of industry. And, you know, you have to be a serious person going out there and doing these things. And I'm very good at that. But there is a part of me that is achieving things through other methods as well. Like, there's other practices I have in place. It's not just all about knowing my product and all about preparing and all about numbers. Yes, those things truly matter in sales. Like, I absolutely would not say those things don't matter. But there's also belief, there's also mindset, there's also vision boarding, there's also visualization, there's also putting things out into the universe. There's so many more things that go into how I achieve the things I achieve in my life. And I'm not ashamed of this. It's just that over time, sometimes I think it's easier not to show that side to me. And I think more people would understand me if I don't bring that to the surface, and with it's easier, I guess, in many ways. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, that is part of my reality. That is part of who I am. So when it comes to YouTube, I think it's such an opportunity for me to show all sides to me and almost just don't give a F the way I would in other parts of my life. And I want to start an authentic journey with you guys, and I really want to help other people create things and feel confident and feel like they can achieve things and feel like they are in a stronger position in their life than they might even think they are. That is a real mission for me, and I think if I can help even a couple of people through my channel, and if they can relate to me, and if we can kind of cheer each other on, and we can encourage each other, and we can get each other through like times where our self-confidence or faith in ourselves or faith in the universe might be wavering, then I have achieved something incredible with this channel here. So that's what I want, and that's my kind of commitment to myself and to you guys going into the new year. I will, of course, be everything that I already am, but I want to bring even more of myself to the table. And I hope that you guys can embrace yourselves the way I'm learning to embrace myself. And I think there's nothing more beautiful than inner confidence, inner belief, than just knowing yourself and trusting yourself and really just going for things in life, because we do have one life. I am so blessed in many ways, and I've also gone through very difficult things, and I've been in dark places and I've been in amazing places, and I'm grateful for everything when it comes to the journey that we call life. And I hope that throughout 2024 I can consistently, in fact, no, I am going to consistently encourage and support and be here for us all to manifest and to really smash this year coming. Thanks for watching. This was really like a bit of a rant, but I do think there's magic in the world. There's magic in manifesting. There are signs everywhere. I mean, one of the things that I want to just mention is that every single day I see mirror numbers. I see angel numbers. I screenshot all the time the numbers that come up on my phone, because I just look at something, or I look at my phone or whatever, and it's mirroring number or angel numbers all the freaking time. And the universe is constantly speaking to us. And you know what? I don't care what anybody says. If you know something, if you believe in something, and if it feels right, and if it resonates with you, don't be afraid to own that. Don't be afraid to embrace it, because nobody else can see these things, or like most people aren't in touch with like their spiritual side, or they can't see beyond the visible. And this is what gets me so excited. Our mind is like a 3D printer. This is what I learned today from Sammy Ingram. I have to give her the credit, because she's such a freaking inspiration to me. And you know, it's magical people like that we come across in our lives, and you can plan it, and they just open your mind, and they open your eyes, and they just get you to finally go for things. And she literally, I watched a video of hers. She's incredible. Follow this girl, because she will change your life. And she says your mind and your thoughts and your beliefs are like a 3D printer. Like everything we tell ourselves, everything we think, everything we believe and repeat to ourselves is what we're gonna print in our 3D life. Like, it's so mind-blowing to think of it like that, because how often do we, you know, beat ourselves up or say, oh, it's never gonna happen, or anything like that, where you're, you know, like even something as small as saying, oh, I'm so forgetful, oh, I'm not good at this. Anything like that is like creating that pattern to be printed into the real world. So if you tell yourself that I could never have I don't know, £5,000 or $5,000, I could never be a successful salesperson, I could never be as good as this person or as great as that person, they are all printing as you speak. So don't do that. Don't create a pattern that you don't want to see in your real life. So the key thing here is mindset and belief, and knowing that what you speak to yourself and what you tell yourself is ultimately what you create for yourself. This is probably the biggest thing that I have realized in my whole life, but also that's just something that I want to get truly and deeply conscious about, because I am not allowing my mind, my thoughts, my beliefs, the way I speak to myself, the way I think to myself, I'm not allowing those things to be anything that won't print what I want to see in the visual reality that we all see. And I'm going to start that journey by believing literally in myself. And I want you guys to go on this journey with me and just play this game. Like, literally, let's just play a game. I want this year to be my most successful, my most rewarding, financially, career-wise, emotionally, in my relationships. This year is going to be the year I meet my person. This year is going to be the year I become insanely successful. This year is going to be the year that I commit to myself and just transforming my life. And that's what I want to leave you guys with. And if you can say that with me, say it with your own things, decide what you want out of your year, and let's just make a little experiment out of this. Let's just commit to that. And here's my process. I have written out the things that this year is going to be about. So finances, I've decided it's going to be my most abundant year to date. Like, it's going to be insane. I've decided I'm going to meet my person. I've decided that person is coming into my life this year in 2024. I've decided that my home and my environment is going to be the healthiest, most relaxing, most rewarding it's ever been. I have decided my financial situation is just going to be incredible. I've decided all of these things, and I've put them down in writing. Like, get detailed, get visualizing, feel it, write it down, all of those things. And again, we'll talk more about this, but I've written it all down, and then I'm consciously gonna train myself to speak of only good when it comes to those things. So I'm not gonna think poor thoughts. I'm not gonna think negative thoughts about my relationships. I'm not going to doubt. I'm not going to question. I'm just going to go with it every morning. And I've written out, I'm not going to show you guys because you probably see it and it's a bit personal, but I've written out a big A4 piece of paper. I've written out everything I want this year. That lives in my space where I go in the morning, every morning, and I read that list out. It's got financial things, it's got relationship things, it's got it's all in the present tense, as in I am a millionaire, I am in the dream relationship, I am married, whatever it is you're trying to manifest, it has to be in the present tense. And I read that to myself every morning. And from that point onwards, my mind is going to get training, and I'm going to consciously remind myself to speak positive things into manifesting these things, to stop myself if anything negative is coming along. And I'm going to work on that, because I'm not going to lie to you, it's not going to be an overnight thing. I think the amount of thoughts that we have is crazy, and you can't catch every single thought and reorder it or change it. But any step in that direction that we can make is going to be unreal. And that's what I want to do for myself this year. I will share that journey with you guys, because honestly, my passion's always been in manifesting, in working with the universe, in speaking what you want to bring in. And there's so many experiences in my life. I've said this in videos before, so many times in my life where things happened literally out of nowhere because I spoke it out and I trusted, and it just happened. I did not know how. I did not have a plan. It was always something completely bonkers. Like, when I look back now, I'm like, how is that even a thing? It just like happened at the time I needed it. And this is what I want to create again this year. And I'm gonna think of it as a game, because it needs to be fun, it needs to be light, and it needs to be enjoyable. Because the minute we start to feel like constricted and worried and stressed, and it's not happening, this isn't happening, why isn't this, that's when manifestation is going to go downhill. And we don't want that. We want to create, we want to be playful with it. We want to be positive with it. We want to have faith. We want to create good energy so these things can come to us. And yeah, that's what I want to create. That's what I'm going to share with you guys. And I'm really, really excited for this New Year journey. So stay tuned. Don't forget, like I said, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and you can go on this journey with me. I am so freaking excited. I hope to see you all in my next one. Hope everyone's had a wonderful Christmas if you already celebrated, and I hope you're excited for the new year. I know I am. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.
I never like, I never like, I never like, I never like.